My name's Joe Klein. I'm a principal and founder of HKS Holdings and Klein Development. HKS Holdings has been a real estate developer in the Milwaukee, Wauwatosa area for the last almost 10 years now. And we've worked with Steve and CornerStone on 3 projects over the last few years. The first time we ever met Steve, when we were interviewing our MEPs with our general contractor on that, and he came off as a very intelligent person. We could have picked anyone on that project, but we're fortunate we picked CornerStone because from the first meeting until the end, Steve was in 95% of those meetings. Typically never get a principal owner in the upfront design meetings. I just thought he was another project manager, but then once you realize that this is the guy who owns the company and he's his face is on the door, you get that confidence that you're working with the right team. We have another couple hotels in the pipeline, and as we're underwriting our utility expense, which is a portion of what CornerStone does is install and design the utility system. It's probably like 15-20% below what other comparable hotels run in the marketplace. I think that's the beauty of it. As an owner and developer, I just want it to be done right. And every time we've worked with CornerStone, it's been done right. That just comes to the fact that their pre-development, their process, their early on process is spot on. They do their due diligence very well early on, and they come up with a design that is hitting what the owner wants from a budget and the end product. He's always met or exceeded our expectations in terms of how he's planning to design one of our projects, whether it be from fixture selection or the actual plumbing systems. And it's really gone a long way in us continuing to choose CornerStone. Typically when we get through the design process and we put a shovel in the ground and we start rehabbing a building, Steve is still around, but he's handed it off to his project managers essentially for his team. And they're in the weekly meetings with us. We've got to know them pretty well. And I think there's a level of professionalism that some other groups might not have. I think everybody that Steve has on his team has a high level of professionalism, and it really, our reputation is on the line as well. We always know that there are people that we can call, but if there's an immediate answer that needs to be made, or if there's a big picture problem, we know that Steve will take the call. Having that large company that still feels like a family-run company is important to us. Really knowing the people that are behind the name, and knowing that those guys have your back in the projects. I care about the end product. My contractor and my architect care how we get there, and CornerStone's been able to be very good at both. And I think that if we're lining up the potential MEP contractors that we can use on our project, especially when it's a design build, we know we're going to get great design from CornerStone. We know they're going to execute in the field, and we know that once we're open, that we're going to have that level of service and communication, be confident that our building is going to be running efficiently for several decades to come.